So how long were you a Marine?
No, I was in the paratroops.
In the paratroops? How long?
March of 48 till February of 50.
Yeah.
Oh, only 2 years.
No, I didn't go inside it.
Drafted?
No, I volunteered and was in the regular army, but Truman's new army thing, I would have lost money and I had a dependent. And I got out. I had a wife and she was pregnant. So I got out early. Is it?
Yeah.
Bring it.
It's like the third time it's been modified since we got it.
Yeah, and we changed the,
So,
the bench.
let's see, what did we do in California? Was the weather nice?
When was March?
They get you to.
Was it beautiful? Were the thousands of
California.
people seen?
I'm taking her deposit.
California was a discipline.
Because I've got a whole bag.
Was it discipline?
Yeah. Because it was the first time we really had to know what we were doing with crowd control.
Oh, you
It was
had a
the
big
biggest crowd since West Virginia. West Virginia is about 17,000.
If you want a more quiet
I'd
phone,
say
there's a phone
17.5.
in the bedroom there in the middle, Rick.
And
If you want a more quiet phone than this one, there's a phone.
California was
There's a phone here. It'll also
twice
say
that,
touch
34,
records.
35.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That many people?
We had the airplane estimate.
Right next to you.
130. Will you shut that door
35,000
from?
people.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. The airplane estimate one time of a photograph that I saw of the trail, you know how they measure so many people and heads and stuff on the trail. There was 8,000 people on the trail.
Where's this?
California. There was 8,000 on the 4th of July at noon. There were 8,000 people on the trail, and the circle had 8,000. And you add up the rest of the camps on the sides and people coming in from the park, etc. We had 37.
16,000 people in the circle of California.
Huh?
It's a big circle.
Yeah.
It's a real big circle.
He was saying counting all the people, not the people in the circle, but people.
No, the circle was 8,000 too. When you shoot a picture of, you know how they do, and they mark them off. The Forestry Service. You ever seen their extrapolations of the crowd at one of our galleries?
It's grids.
It's grids. They just and you can. They blow up a small piece of it for you, boom, 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 and there it is, and you can count 25 or 50 heads, and then it's all mathematically done on the side of the page. It tells you.
Just like counting trees.
Yeah. Well, Cops do it in New York or whatever, I mean, it's just a thing. Anyway, their estimate was 8,000 in the circle and 8,000 on the trail. So that's 16,000, and then you add, that was the 4th of July, and if I remember correctly, it was in the middle of the week, wasn't it? It wasn't a weekend holiday.
No, I don't think it was.
So, in that sense, it was a lot of people. It was, and I'll say this, like I said, there were several things. The main trail being now the marketplace of ideas and everything, the traffic central, that West Virginia really brought. The nighttime promenade was even more magnified in California, and then since then has always been part of the theater.
Oh, yeah?
Nighttime promenade.
Yeah, the idea that there would be light along, there would be enough camps and fires and everything along the main trail that you could prowl the main trail and do offshoot things without having to pack a lunch and take a flashlight and 4 types of buggy pollen or whatever. That the idea that people that had never been anywhere could troop up and down the promenade and know that it was safe, whether they had clothes on or not, any time of the day or night. That became a safe place for Action Central.
With that many people there.
Yeah, regardless of how many people, but you get what I'm saying. Definitely, with that many people, it was ingrained in us that was a definite crowd control on our part, and it also took care of a lot of the crazies because they couldn't get too far off to the side if there's lots of people without somebody finding them, hearing them. You got what I'm saying? More people on the trail, the better the chance for Chanticina to work because everybody's hip to anything that would be untoward. So rather than the action running around from camp to camp looking where it's at, the action was here and you went off the trail to other things. And I feel that was basically started, or at least you know, became a real function in West Virginia, and by the time it got to California, it was fairly well perfected.
And it gets
To
the
be
old-
with the
old
theater
ritual
and
back
stuff.
Again in a renewed way of people need to communicate. If they're all isolated in their own camps, that's fine, but they need to be able to mix with other people. The communication, the flow of trade, the entertainment.
Plus, I think the other part of it was that in a gathering where you have the logistics for a long trail, you tend to have better control over the water, the sewers, the growth of the site as the people start coming in, rather than if it's is narrow and then goes this way too fast because they spread out. You know what I mean? It was just, in that sense, it was something that we would come to. If we'd have studied it, we would have seen it in probably 45 different kind of nomad cultures. Anybody amongst us that had had a PhD in anthropology could have probably sent a memo to the rest of us, and we did a long time ago adopted it, but
It's
in
nice for
traditional
them to see-
rainbow fashion, we got here when the mist got him. And
It's nice for it to re-evolve. That's what you need a rediscovery as opposed to saying this is the way it has to be.
Exactly. Another thing about it that I think is true is that we've been through the experience, so we definitely know what it is we don't want anymore in our own generations. You know. That's cool. So anyway, California. I think the tragedy of California was the way the cops dealt with the parking situation in the cars.
Oh, the cops didn't treat
The
you well?
160 some odd tickets and towings and all that.
Oh, God, what a bunch of jerks.
It's,
Why did they do that? Did they make a lot of money at it?
CHP. How else can I name it? CHP. California Highway Patrol.
They're always
It's
nasty.
in the garage.
Once they
Mark,
have
it's
a
in the
victim,
house.
they pounce.
But there's a whole bunch of us back there.
Excuse me. But that goes back to the 40s. And,
They thought you were the motorcycle gang.
um, once they have somebody in their sights, they pounce,
Yeah.
and they know how to pounce. They know how to bring in 60 black and white cars that are so intimidating out in the desert country around Likely that I was just complaining about
The cops. And
the
in
cop
California.
situation in California, the 168 some odd tickets and 14 towings, and then the cleanup,
But you have
Dominic, and
25,000
11
people, that ain't
truckloads
bad at all, is
that
it?
we had to pay to put in the dump in Likely. Yes, sirree, Bob.
Oh, they didn't.
And there's my scar to prove it.
Did you dump
That
all
I
this
have,
stuff?
that I work with Dominic at California.
Dominic's dangerous, is he?
No.
Oh.
Dominic is not dangerous. Well, Dominic is dangerous. Yes, let's not forget that. Dominic.
If you had to pay to use the dump, same thing in Vermont this year, we had to pay for trash disposal.
You gotta pay for everything.
Did we have a sticker on it? Welcome from Rainbow, or thanks to Rainbow, or something? Did we stick a rainbow sticker on the black bags as we stuck them in? They just go in there and like anybody else's.
Everybody's got to pay for it. Too.
Yeah, but the people that brought it should take it out with them again. Pack it in, pack it out.
No doubt. No doubt.
Well,
That's the biggest thing, like in the Nevada desert there, if the people who left there, the BLM came in and trashed our place because we had other people recycle. We put up a recycling thing as opposed to having it all thrown. But I guess the point is that we need to educate each other to take in whatever we take in. We're going to take out with us either inside or bury it in such a way that it doesn't.
If everybody just took out all their own trash, that would solve the problem right there.
well, that's always been one of my problems is how to.
Vermont this time.
16.5 tons?
Yeah.
Well,
There was 12 of that was not recyclable. 4.5 was recyclable.
whoa.
But a lot of the stuff that people brought,
trash,
so
man.
you know.
And how many people did we have?
And how many
20?
had to do the cleanup, you know, put it at
18?
that way, you know.
I don't think
22?
Yeah.
No way.
18?
I think there are about 12,000 people.
12?
Around there. Weren't there many people there on the 4th? I don't think. It's a pretty small circle. It's a pretty small group.
How many people were there this year?
Oh, there was
Jules.
There's at least 4,000 in the circle.
Maybe 3, I thought.
Well, I was on the edge of it.
Yeah.
And there was 1,000 people on the trail. Because I sat right on the trail and I watched them all day, the feeds.